Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another edition of the Novi's AEW Dynamite pre-show. Today, we are live and alive. It's a great day, not just because it's a Dynamite day, not because we're here talking graps. It's because today we get to see Kenny Omega wrestle in an AEW ring. God bless. We are excited. We are up for it. I see a lot of you guys in chat. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure to send in any chats if there's any direction you want to lead the show in. You guys do that. You know this by now. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. There's also super chats if you're feeling oh so generous. But today, we have, of course, a special guest. You may know him from LNG. You may know him from Twitter fame. Very famous guy on Twitter, I'm hearing. Riceman Wrestling. It is good to see you, brother. How you doing?
I'm great, man. Appreciate the opportunity to be on here. You know, big names have been here. You know, we got Charlie, and Marcus. I mean, just legends of the game. So, you know, big shoes to fill, but we'll see how we do.
It's true. Interesting you didn't mention Caden Lee. I mean, it's good that you didn't mention him. It's good though. It's the right choice, you know.
That's fair. I mean, I associate you, Buster, and Caden all together anyway. So like,
you know. We could just do me and Bust, man. Like let's chill out a little bit. Come on, man.
Fair enough.
But it is great to see you guys. Riceman is taking a dive into YouTube in 2025. His link is in the description. Make sure to subscribe to that. I'm hearing videos. They're coming soon. Coming out
very soon.
Hell yeah, we love to see it. Just like we love to see Art Irony, future past guest, maybe future as well. I'm sure. Good to see him, of course. Sending a pre-show super chat as usual. Britt Baker returns in the Casino Battle Royal, very threatening. Wins, even more threatening. Then wins the belt at Grand Slam Australia. Now I think you're looking for a fight, personally. Riceman, Britt Baker, thoughts?
I'll pass on that one. My mom has reminded me today, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all. So we'll just let that one go.
It's a good call. It's a good call. Sorry, at Irony. We're not really going to cover this basis. We're just, nice things, that kind of business. This is a nice thing. And GMPN, happy Kenny Omega is wrestling on Dynamite Day to all those who celebrate. We are most certainly celebrating. We're most certainly alive for it. I know Anjan is, I've seen his activity on the timeline. I've seen what you be doing over there. Let me see what business you get up to. And then, of course, since follow-up, it's crazy that they announced Kenny versus Brian Cage for the show, and it's going to be 2 hours long. Is there anything else announced for the show? Not that I'm aware of. I'm hearing there's supposed to be some casino thing that Britt Baker's winning, but that's all I've got.
Doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, I think it's just Kenny tonight, and we'll see how that goes.
120-minute Iron Man. That's 2 machines right there. I wouldn't mind it. Johnny, good to see Johnny. NXT stars putting the phone down challenge impossible. Look, the pipeline in the NXT warehouse is strong and developed. There's not much we could do about it at this point.
Yeah, they're having a tough day today, clearly.
So it's unfortunate, guys, just to let you guys know, we can see what you like on Instagram. We can see it. It's all like we don't see it on Twitter, but we can see it on Instagram.
Yeah, so, I thought they were safe. Thought they were safe now.
Each time they think they're safe and they get caught every time. And then some, Diva Stan over there goes and on Twitter and say, oh, that NXT star did this, huh, guys? Everyone goes, what the fuck happened, huh? And then 2 hours later, someone figures it out. Interesting. Chuck, seated. It is great to see Chuck. Chuck will be with me and Caden and Marcus tomorrow on LNG for Relight the Fuse. We're going to be doing AEW Dark. 2 editions of it. I know Kenny Omega and Joey Janela is on one of those cards. So fun times. Alien Love, happy Kenny Day, Alien, happy Kenny Day. And just watch your video of the top 5 men's wrestlers for 2024. I'd put Briscoe, Roddy, Kyle O'Reilly, Gable as honorable mentions. I think a few of those are definitely fair. Rice, man, if you had to give me a top 5 off the dome men's wrestlers of the year, just men, who'd you put? Who's your immediate thoughts?
Swerve, Hangman, Brian.
Those are 3 good shots.
Christian Cage had a solid year. I'm not sure comparable to other people. Clearly, I watched just AEW here. You're not going to hear any WWE names.
Sorry, guys. Cody's not going to be in this one either.
Yeah, Cody missed out. Sorry. Actually, we could throw Dwayne in there. He had a solid show.
Promos, I got no problem with it. It's fine. I think it's a solid list. Solid names out there. Caden, this is going to be massive. You know what else is massive, Caden? The load, Steamer, Delote. I don't want to be the one to say it, but Caden keeps giving me this in chats. I don't know what the deal is here. This is why he's being banned from the broadcast. Definitely not on next week. Definitely not. Big dude, my God. 3 out of 5 of the ballot for the new Grinner of the Year and Golden Grinnies on screen or in chat. This is true. There are 3 of us there. It is me. It is Caden. Fortunately, it is Chuck. It is Marcus. It is Brainbuster. Guys, tonight is the last day you can vote on that in the Late Night Grin community tab. Please go do that. Vote for me. Don't vote for any of those other losers. They didn't look. No. Don't well me. Don't well me. You are, man. Come on. Let's do some business here. Look, I was everywhere. Deserve some respect.
That is true. That is true.
So vote for me.
You were the workhorse. You were definitely the Buddy Matthews of the new Grinners.
You know what? I'll take that. I like Buddy. I had a good match last week. I'm cool with that. Caden buried with the golden shovel. This is the best way to do it. Accusing me of things as well. Interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, Bird Baker 2025. I'm afraid I don't want to spoil things, but I do kind of think we'll see her tonight. I do kind of think so.
Yeah, I think it does seem inevitable. However, I think we will get a counterbalance on another return tonight.
Oh, teaser. Okay. We'll get to it. And how do you feel about the Hurt Syndicate going after the tag team titles, Rice? How do you feel about that? I'm curious.
Hot take: the aging stars thing got a little out of hand. I don't necessarily feel that it applies to everyone. It definitely applies when you're running a Chris Jericho main event. However, the Hurt Syndicate have came in and did nothing but just be shit altogether.
Yeah.
So I don't think lumping them in with that is that bad. I do hope Private Party doesn't get geeked out. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has said that. But I mean, I don't mind it because I mean you wouldn't want. I mean, besides Shelty going for the TNT title, I don't necessarily see singles gold in either of their future like that. So like putting them in the tag division does not seem like a problem to me.
Yeah, I have no problem with it either. I actually really like it. And they came out last week and I was like, God, I feel bad because I do like Private Party and I wish they would have had a better reign. But guys,
right,
we can look with our eyes and see it's time. It's the Hurt Syndicate. They've been one of the best parts of the show since they've joined. Aging stars. It's a great conversation because we did take it a little too far. Like Chris Jericho main events, like you said, guys, that's aging stars. But like the Hurt Syndicate have shown they can still go in the ring. That's like really what matters. So I have no problem with it. I do hope that Private Party gets maybe a couple defenses. Hopefully they get to drop the belts like a pay-per-view or something like that. Yeah. That'd be fun, or at least a good TV special. But yeah, I hope they just don't get shown up. That would be unfortunate.
Right.
Jay, always good to see JA. No hate to Penta or anyone else who's going to leave this year, but I feel like guys need to realize their stock won't be raised by just jumping ship. I don't necessarily disagree, but Penta had a great debut on Monday. You know?
Fair. I can only comment on the entrance. Did not watch the Netflix Raw this week, but the entrance was sick. So,
so I mean, that's all that matters. Truthfully.
Right? Yeah. I mean, with Penta, especially aesthetics.
Yeah.
90% of the work there.
Yeah, those damn masks are going to sell out.
Oh yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree. Like, it's not just going to get raised if you jump ship, but guys, if you pluck someone out of AEW and put them somewhere new and still make them look cool, present them like big stars, they're going to feel like big stars. It's going to mean something to them. It's going to be fresh, exciting. So I think it does get raised a little bit, but it's all about continuing the momentum and keeping up with it. Like I hope they do with Penta, you know, like they have something there. It's a good example. Alien NXT does legit have lead in the water fountain. This is true. They are all being poisoned slowly. Not sure it's lead. I'm sure it's a coach or two. But that's okay. That's okay. Same difference. Chuck, hilarious Relight the Fuse lineup. You should all tune in. Yes, you all should.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a fun time. We usually treat those shows like podcasts, but Dark is a good backdrop for a podcast. JA, also hope Malachi is really leaving this time. He's been holding the rest of House of Black back for a minute. Yeah, I agree. I like Malachi. I think he's sick, but he's just a better fit over there. He wants to be over there. You know, I'd rather him go do that. It's more fun for him.
Yeah, Hunter's gonna love to have him back over there. It's like the exact guy that he's looking for, and he's already showed he's very interested in him. Interested to see, like, say, what Buddy and Brody will do, even with Julia Hart, which, LOL, but you know, we'll see how that goes.
I've always liked Brody with Julia, so I think they can make that work for sure. And they're being pushed as like singles guys. I think now. I think both the promos that we got in the last little bit told us that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I what I will say about Malachi leaving, if he has that damn song, guys, I might have to spit some propaganda. I'm not gonna lie. If he has his old theme, I don't know, man. It might have to get dirty. Don't give me a 3.5, Malachi. Don't give me that ammo, bro. Come on, man.
I don't even know if he's got 3.5 in the tank, but you never know.
Hey,
Rey Mysterio on a SmackDown
hey,
or Raw now.
hey! Don't excite me, man. Don't get me up for something that's not gonna happen. Art, I already gotta respect Malachi being a generational check stealer. Barely showed up to work, and when he did, he basically never tried for 4 years. That's the business. That's what it's all about. That's what this wrestling shit is all about.
I mean, that's what being an employee is about right there.
That's true.
I don't go to work trying to be number one. We go to get the paycheck and keep it moving.
It's a great fucking point. And nothing I can't even say about that. It's just perfect. Chuck, this is true. Go vote for me because I didn't vote for myself. Well, I mean, I'm curious who you voted for. I'm sure I know who you voted for. Of course, Chuck. You come on, come on. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Anwar, I just watched the de-emphasis video. It was very good. Thank you very much. I did have that posted on the timeline. Got some shit off the other day when that graphic got posted. I had to do business, but I'm glad everyone seemed to enjoy that video still. Prediction for the NFL divisional games this weekend. I don't know them. I need to look them up. I would like to look them up now because I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know them. Okay, Texans Chiefs. Yeah, Commanders Lions.
Commanders, baby.
It's probably. I'm hoping for the Lions. Rams Eagles.
Rams are hot. I don't think they're gonna sustain it. Unfortunately, that's a terrible thing. Probably the Eagles.
Probably the Eagles, but Jalen didn't play that well last week. I could see it.
Fair. I could see a bounce back. We'll see.
Never know. And then, of course, the ultimate game. This is a game I'm certainly going to be tuning in for. Ravens and Bills. Fuck.
I'm not sure here. I'm still 50-50. I guess gun to my head, I'd go Ravens for the win.
I would probably agree. They have a deeper team. I'd say the Ravens.
Absolutely.
Chuck, about to cry out for Britt Baker. I'll make sure to monitor your timeline activity when she comes out. Of course, I'm sure you're going to do the hand signs, so can't really see that, but I'll be sure of it. Jesus, Anjan, brother. Look, I don't necessarily agree with the Ambrose one, but we can maybe
come on,
take a step back.
Come on,
and he sent it twice, which is unfortunate.
Just double down.
Double down. Chuck provides more insight. Private Party's reign makes me sad because they have so much potential. I've not been given the space to show. But the certificate do rule. This is true. I mean, the Private Party, I was so excited for that win. I thought it was a great piece of business. I was really hoping they'd be given some good matches to roll on. Now they're just on Rampage and on random collisions. And they're kind of getting out Orrid on Dynamite. I mean, not really their fault either.
Yeah, it's fair. They won the tag titles at the worst time for the tag division because when you look at the lineup of what is available for them, to wrestle at the time, it's unfortunate, but hopefully, they'll be able to rebuild after likely getting dominated.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can have a better title run next year or towards the end of this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I hope it's not their only one. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm hoping they have a great match though. Anjan dropped a Kenny Omega edit. This he did. Check out Anjan's Twitter. Anjan at your Twitter in this chat. And I'll put it on the screen for a second because you do also. Anjan does some great work with the editing. And since Malachi's leaving, I think the House of Black should disband and go their separate ways, or you could possibly still have Brody and Julia together. That's where I'd do. I'd do Brody, Julia, and then have Buddy do his own thing. You agree?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Buddy in a new environment away from the spooky stuff because it's been so long since he has been away from that. Which, like you say, keep Brody and Julia together. That is definitely money.
Yeah, I agree. Art, Private Party getting the thank you for your service run just because I stuck it out for 5 years. I mean, that's the best way to describe it now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially the Bucks told us who they wanted to drop those belts to. Just a horrible call that would have been. I'm happy it went this way, but at the same time.
Yeah, I've never seen anything other than fun side act for them. But clearly at Collision when I was there, they got they got a bigger pop than when Moxley came out. So
So I
people
mean,
see something.
maybe there's main event potential. Who knows? Who knows?
Lord.
Jay, I fear for Ricky Starks and Dwayne Johnson's WWE. He's a small guy.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know how well they work.
Yeah. I don't NXT likely for Ricky. I would like to see, especially with spoiling ahead here. I imagine Hobbs is not picking up the victory tonight against Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Give Ricky his exit match. Let Hobbs go over. Them two have been interlinked for so long. Booking on Dynamite next week. Do something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sad.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I really thought so highly of Ricky for a minute there. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I saw a lot of potential in him, even though he was like maybe a little undersized. That stuff doesn't bother me all the time, and he can talk really well. And now he's just gotten frozen out of AEW for this long. I mean, that just sucks to see, you know?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Guantanamo Bay is growing with inmate numbers here.
Bro. Look, man, say whatever you want about him, but that was a godly ass thumbnail. What do you want me to say, man? That was a godly thumbnail. I might use that shit from now on. Anjan, how does it feel to be vindicated and justified on the Hangman conversation? We should have a conversation on the Hangman again, since there's not much to preview on today's show. Anjan, bearing the fuck out of the main event. Look, it does. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It feels great. I know me and Chuck, we're running victory laps just about this stuff all last week because we were right. And people kept replying to that tweet and they were like, but Brian's moment was such a good moment. It was such a good moment. You can't tell me that was the wrong thing to do because look at the moment, guys. And I get it, but I'm telling you, this was always going to happen if he got that moment. So I don't care about the moment. Like, I love the moment too. It was very emotional. Like, I love Danielson. I've loved him since I was a child when I first started watching wrestling. But if this is what it was always going to lead to, fuck the moment. I don't want it. I'm good. Give Swerve his moment. Have him go over Hangman. I don't care. Just one of them should have had their moment in the sun, in Outlet.
Yeah, you definitely won me over with that conversation. And then with the subsequent video you made, it was like, in the moment, even like you say, everybody, it was the worst kept secret that the Jon Moxley angle was coming fast right after Danielson got the win. Yeah. So I definitely was on your side in that case.
It's great. It's great to see, man. That's great to see. And then here comes Kate. I see you in chat. I'm not gonna scroll down and put you on the screen, but Caden is calling it a flawed argument. Caden attacked me in the DMs not this week about it, and he was like, "Guys, I still think Brian winning was the right call." I said, "Well, man, let's have this conversation another time." You know?
Yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see the counter argument there. I could be swayed.
Here, guys. We'll promote it. We're doing business next week. Caden will be on the show. We'll have that conversation then. Apparently, Caden's going to threaten me about the women's division. I don't know what the hell that is. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Hangman feuding with Daniels is like Austin feuding with Al Snow or Steve Blackman. What are we doing? Not that much on Steve Blackman. But it's if he kills him, I guess.
Yeah, I'm interested because Daniels was not looking hot towards the end. He did have a random Ring of Honor match with I want to say Seidel against Aussie Open. That was really sick. And I think that's the last really sick match I remember seeing. So I don't know what he's got in the tank. Obviously, a Texas death match can hide some flaws there if you just bleed all over the ring. So
and he's one to bleed. Maybe it might be a last showing for old CD. Who knows?
Don Callis score.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? I think the rated FTR will dethrone Death Riders for the trios belts. I mean, I don't know. I don't even see the trios belts ever, so I don't know if I care.
Yeah, they're not even in briefcases. They just keep them in the back.
Yeah, they just keep them at home, man. Like I would like to have the trios belts on screen, maybe at another faction. I don't know. Maybe Rush's group can get some trios action from time to time, but yeah, we all want to be fucking. Oh, let's make this big baby happy. Very little in AEW feels earned or performance based. I think there's a real genuine conversation to have about this kind of thing, especially nowadays. Like especially with them going with the hot direction and going with the people that are like the fans are choosing. I feel like there's something to be said about that. Interesting. Novi shooting for 2018 era Black and Gold NXT, but not the Undisputed Kingdom. We leave in the Undisputed Kingdom at home. And no, I'm not shooting for Malachi. I'm just hoping he has the damn song, man. That's all I'm doing now. Let's not go too crazy. Undisputed Kingdom. I'm good.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe the theme change could help. I mean, it won't help Adam Cole in the ring, but as we said with Aleister Black here, the theme does a lot.
The theme does a lot, and that theme fucking sucks that they rock with right now. So, you know, I would enjoy. Pockets of the show can be excellent, but overall a rough promotion to follow. It hasn't really, given you a lot of reasons to be happy with it sometimes, especially this week. Feels like a lot of people definitely, there's a boiling point and everybody kind of reached it. And that was, It's rather unfortunate, but it happens. It's not like it wasn't earned, like this whole crash out. I know there was a chat about it later in here. But the whole crash out about the Collision 12-man, guys, that didn't just happen because AEW fans angry. Like this happened because it's been like a whole build. This is built to this happening. It's not just the match itself. It's about what that match actually means. Like the holes you could poke in it and all that kind of stuff. Like there's a real good reason why people feel this way. And I don't think like silencing those people or ignoring it is ever going to fix things. It's only going to make it worse. So I do hope that they acknowledge it and move forward differently soon. I would like it to happen.
You gotta hope that they'll see the outrage and again turn back to listening to it. And like you say, it's not necessarily just that one match. It's a series of cuts that led to a bleed out here. And a lot of those cuts you've pointed out on your channel. So if you would like to see why so many people are upset and you think it's just AEW fans mad, click the channel, see some of those videos that Novi's already put out. And
dude, I've never paid anyone, but I think about paying you.
Oh,
look, I just invited you on for fun, but I feel like you deserve some credit here. This is wonderful business. You guys hearing this shit? He said, go check out the fucking channel. I said, hell yeah, let's fucking go. Great fucking business. And also just seriously, great point. Like death by 1,000 cuts. It happens, You gotta address each one by one, or it's just gonna keep bleeding, Let's see here. Yeah, this is a good call. The trios belts. So that to be seen maybe would be good. How do you think TK will handle Grand Slam and Revolution being over a week apart? Could the women's title main event Australia with Tony and May and Cope Mox at LA? It's a very interesting discussion. I didn't even realize they were that close. I didn't realize they had that little time between them. I would imagine that it would be Tony and Mariah main eventing that show. And I'd imagine that, I don't know, people talking about Cope and Mox might be on that show, but if that's actually the case in a week away, I don't think so. It's 2 weeks apart. Okay. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they would be able to cook up. I mean, they've done really quick turnarounds on feuds that have turned out really good, but just because of the timetable here, it does seem like Cope and Mox would be LA, which that's interesting because I thought the match was solely being booked to try and get some fans in seats in Australia because they were looking a little lackluster, but that does make sense.
Yeah, I second that. Big dude, this would have been a great topic for Chuck. Yeah, I'm seeing some crash out situation going on in chat here from Chuck. Chuck, next week, you wanna be some backup? You wanna provide some backup? I'm down for that. If you're down for it, go Ravens from Alien Love. I'm cool. I'm all cool with that. I'm a Panthers fan, so you guys don't bother me. It's Baltimore. It's no big deal. I like Lamar.
There you go.
Yeah. Ravens maybe, but the Bills are 9-0 at home this year. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Point. Oh well, maybe so.
And they took down the Chiefs. I mean, they could do some stuff. So I guess we'll see.
Charlie doing the DMD on a grin would be so nasty. Tomorrow, folks, you might see. Dare Rich had a birthday 3 days ago. Happy belated, Dare Rich. I think I did say happy early birthday last week. So now it's happy belated because we didn't do the show 3 days ago.
Absolutely. Happy belated.
This is nasty. Disgusting, actually, I would say. Jesus, just live on the broadcast? You didn't say it, but I mean, we can all imply it. Or was it something like this? An ironic DMD?
It was half ironic, half showing my support for Charlie here, the Dr. Charlie.
To Dr. Charlie, of course.
Yeah.
Hope Cincinnati boos Hobbs and cheers for Moxley tonight. I have some bad news for you.
Brother, they didn't show up for Mox, so I don't.
They didn't buy tickets for Mox. I don't think his fans are going to be there. It is. I was like thought about it, and I should have mentioned at the top of the show. They are at like an incredibly unique venue tonight, which I'm very excited to see. That is regardless of the boos and the cheers, but the venue should be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I feel like the issue with Private Party, you're not going to have FTR put them over, and Top Flight mess means none of those guys are over. I don't necessarily think they need like an FTR to put them over, but they just need an interesting feud, interesting matchup. And I think that's probably a broader conversation about the tag division that no one is over, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Jade is still going off on Twitter. What the fuck? I'm not putting that on screen, but you know what, bro? NXT's got a crazy thing going on. That's all there is to say about Jada going crazy. NXT's got that pipeline, brother.
Yeah, there's a very, very, very deep problem over there.
Yeah, very deep. Anjan's Twitter's on the screen, folks. Go check out the edit for Kenny Omega. Shout out Anjan. Quick question, Novi. Can you make a case that Samoa Joe was the best in-ring performer in 2005? Fuck yeah, you can. Like almost certainly you can make that case. I have a nice little spreadsheet here with pre-24 grabs because I love doing spreadsheets. I just like keeping track of things because I have a terrible memory. If I scroll down to 2005, Samoa Joe's on there quite a number of times. He had a great 2005. I'm peeping through. He's got the Necro match, which isn't for everybody, but it is, a little bit a good match. Kenta match from ROH. They have AJ versus Samoa and TNA around that time. Like those are just three of them. And even so, like he was in like prime physical form that year. That was a great year for him. So I would say you can definitely make a case for him. Let's see here. HBK dropping out of the Booker of the Year race in the second week of January is crazy. Tony Khan to follow suit tonight. We'll see. But yeah, HBK having Stephanie Vaquer lose last night.
Yeah. Not sure what he's cooking there. That's unfortunate there.
Especially to Shotzi, who's a fucking shitter, guys. Shotzi is terrible. Guys, I've never been one to shy away from calling people shit. Like Shotzi is bad, bro. Like you could actively see Vaquer having to slow down because she couldn't go with her.
I mean, that's kind of been the rap on Shotzi. She was smart to kind of attach herself in the early NXT AEW Wednesday Night Wars, attaching herself to like a Darby Allin crash dummy type. And clearly that just can't be your only thing. Darby's also an incredible professional wrestler. So you got to kind of have that before you just be a crash dummy.
Yeah, you got to do both. It's unfortunate for Steph. I hope they finally, or not finally, but I just hope they treat her better moving forward because that's a crazy loss to ever take. Yeah. Chuck, a Brody King G1 agenda. Oh, baby. That sounds wonderful. Thoughts on Sprite? I'm hoping this isn't like a double. Is this a double thing? Does this mean two things?
I believe it's specifically referencing the Sprite Man himself.
Who the fuck is the Sprite Man?
The LNG verse fella.
Oh, that guy. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
The silly little fella.
Yeah, silly little guy. That's my thoughts on the Sprite Man. Silly little guy.
Yeah.
It's okay. We mentioned this, the 12-man tag. Very unfortunate match. Yeah, very. Yeah, extremely cursed. That's a good way to put it. Let's see here. Are we gonna crash it over that tag graphic? Maybe if the show was a couple days ago, I would have been more open to it. But even then, I wasn't really like crashing out. I was just searching for vindication. That's all I was doing that day.
You got a lot of that day.
Oh, yeah, it is just unfortunate. Like it's just a bad match. There's so many holes in it. Like you could poke like why are the Death Riders with the Jericho verse and like why are the Outrunners here at all? Like fun team, but come on guys.
When they came out to make the save for our collision show, I was joking about how everybody was excited. It was just like this is the quote unquote main event angle. and you're getting a cheap pop from the Outrunners out there who, like, their match with Claudio and them, I'm not sure how it went on TV. It was just like dramatically boring. Like, that's the only way you could describe it. There was a lot of nothing happening, which I don't necessarily, if you can't do it with like Claudio and Utes, who I do not rate Utes highly at all. I'm pretty sure you do, correct?
Not anymore. He fell off. He's not a part of Novi FC until he shaves that head of his and he cleans up that beard. He can rejoin the team after that, but until then, sorry, man. We'll leave the memories as they are over here. We'll leave the memories. But yeah, Chuck, the vindication is so real. This is true. And then Caden, of course, you're so mad. You're so mad. You know, man. That's all right. You stay on that side, bro. You stay on that side because Anwar, a moment wasn't worth all the BS we're watching now. You know, just all you gotta do is just throw your hands up in the air. What else can you do, you know? Let's see here. Chuck wishes she was wrong in the long run. A part of me did as well. Yeah. But yeah, Chuck should talk about all this tomorrow. I'm sure you'll see Chuck talk about this tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
on the Dynamite show over on the Wrestle Purists. Chuck and Caden are now feuding in my chat, which is very interesting. But we should probably get into some matches, I think. Let's start. Who would you both like to see in the Women's Casino Gauntlet match as a surprise? Of course, folks, we have the Women's Casino Gauntlet for a title shot at Grand Slam versus Mariah May. This is a big time match. It's the first ever Women's Casino Gauntlet. Who's going first again? Who won that match? Was Chris, it Stat? Right? Yeah, it was Stat.
Yeah, I think it's Chris, yeah.
So Stat will be in this match first. I'm assuming we'll still see Willow. I'm assuming we'll still see Tony.
A version of Tony for sure.
A version of Tony Storm. I could probably see Britt coming in here. I could maybe see Sky Blue. I don't know where she's at in her return arc. But you had a name in mind. Who are you thinking about? And what are your thoughts on the match?
The match itself, I'll build up to the return here. The match itself does seem exciting. It's got a lot of potential here to spin off some stuff that can happen in the match. You get little matches within the match that definitely can create something great. I do wish that they would not have ran as much as I was happy with the push they gave Hobbs by getting the win last week. I do wish that there was still a little bit of separation. Clearly, the vibes are going to be different. It's probably going to be structured completely differently. But running them back to back, not necessarily ideal. When it comes to who I think is going to return, they did even flash it, which I would just say Kenny Omega returning very recently should lead a lot of people to believe that Riho will be definitely coming out tonight. But if I was wrong, I'm just never going to post a video on my channel.
That'll be the end.
Just going out.
If you don't get the first spread right, it's over.
That's it.
That's it. I definitely agree. I'd be very happy to see Riho as well. I love Riho.
Miss Riho.
Yeah, I could definitely see Riho. I do kind of also, now that you mention it, maybe Yuka. Maybe
I would. Yeah, ideally you'll get both of them. I mean, those are like my two biggest vibes wrestlers of this promotion. So yeah, absolutely, either one or both.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see both of them. But when it comes to winning this match, there is some cautious optimism about the match itself. We'll kind of see how it plays out. The women's roster isn't necessarily the deepest, so I do kind of worry about that a little bit. But I am excited. Unfortunately, the winner does seem a little predetermined, doesn't it? It seems like it's a little bit of a set in stone.
Yeah, they see the feud as the biggest women's feud in the company, and they have reason to believe that, I would say. Is it going to get asses in seats? Is it going to get everybody fired up? I'm not necessarily 100% sure on that front, but I'd be interested to see how it plays out. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll get to it in a fun way, but I definitely have Tony winning this match. Almost certainly. It is what it is. They see it as a certain way, like you said. Who am I to say otherwise? I'm not going to sit here and predict, Chris Statlander, although I'd like to see it.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you could do that, but I think it's written in the stars here.
Yeah, unfortunately, happens to the best of them, but hopefully they find a way to tell me a good story out of it. Hopefully. It does seem like an exciting match. Let's get to another thing too. We'll hear from Ricochet tonight. We'll talk how good are you on Ricochet right now? Like, what's your thoughts on him?
The the angle itself was definitely hot with Swerve. He does have, and it might be a strong word choice here, but it's not overselling. It's very like dramatic, every one of his movements, and it seems choreograph's also like aggressive term that I'm not trying to use here. It's just he has some stuff that kind of irks me. I am excited about the new direction, especially tonight, as I don't think they're gonna just send him out there to with a live mic for very long before you see a Swerve Strickland come out or a Nana interruption leading to a Swerve appearance. But I mean, we'll say on a scale of 1 to 10, solid 6.5.
Yeah, I'm a little higher on him recently. I have really enjoyed Geekashay, and I've enjoyed he's been the geek. Like that's what he is, guys. Like we don't have to hide from it. You don't have to run from it. Just accept it and work it into what you're doing. So I'm happy he's doing that. I'm sure we'll get to see some sort of Strickland action. I'm hoping it's just as hot as it was the last time, which I was there for, which was pretty fucking sick. Especially because I didn't realize what was going on. Then I said, "Oh, he's bald," and who else would it be? But it is very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Something I'm not so much looking forward to is how many times Caden does this, and Caden does do this quite a bit, which you have to respect it in some way. You have to respect it, but also
it's a good way to respond when you're getting beaten down, when you're getting jumped.
Yeah,
you start pointing fingers. That's the best way to get out of it.
Good call. There you go. Help you out, Caden. That's what you got to do. Modest, always in favor of just writing off talent with angles or matches. I would definitely agree with Ricky. Gotta have a match. Caden Lee coming out of retirement. There's only 2 places he wasn't retiring from, and that was LNG and the Novi pre-show. He's back.
Sweet. We love that.
Let's see here. Starting to think that those were a fever dream. This is on the trios belts. Starting to think I just imagined them. Starting to think I just imagined that seven fight gauntlet thing.
Yeah, they retired after that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think we saw any of those guys again. Do you think we see another match between Ospreay and Fletcher at some point? Yeah, it'll probably be a minute, though. I don't think they want to do it again.
Yeah, ideally, you'll create a little separation there and then come back to it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Who did Death Riders even beat for them? I don't remember. Do you remember? Because I'm staring at this chat. I'm trying to think who was the last trios champs, but I can't.
There was House of Black had them. Wait, it was a ladder. It was Christian,
right.
The Christian family.
That's right. The all-in ladder match.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, whatever, man. Sure. Patriarchy. Let's see here. We have an agreement for Caden Lee. Modest King is agreeing, throwing all the booking out because the subsequent booking decisions were bad. I've kind of understood this point, but I'll save it for next week. Tap in next week. Because I think Caden's a better representation. He would respond, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The themes do add aura points. That is a quick way to earn aura. Dare Rich providing another great segue into a match. Ready to see MVP wrestle? It's true. Private Party and Mark Briscoe, Chicken Party, are going to be taking on the Hurt Syndicate, which includes MVP making his in-ring debut in AEW. This is a very exciting match, including a lot of guys that I really like at the moment. I'm just looking forward to this one. Bryce?
Yeah, this is the trios division kind of stuff we're actually talking about here. This is where seeing the belts on TV would be nice because you have 2 very interesting trios. While I don't think Private Party and Mark would be a consistent one, I could see Daniel Garcia, when he drops that belt, slide in with Private Party for a trios opportunity, something like that. But yeah, this is the type of like trios matches that like when they announce them, this is stuff that you want to see. So I'm very excited. Have they officially said P is going to be the third man for the Syndicate?
They've already put it on the graphic, everything.
What do you think the gear looks like?
He's going full body suit. He's got a shirt on. He's got the tights on.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he's more of a shooter now. He's a black belt, you know.
So
I can maybe see it if he wants, he wants a little bit of a pop for me, but
Yeah.
I think full body suit, no doubt. It's gonna be gold and all that good shit. I think it's gonna be a fun time. This is a very exciting matchup. It's a very inspired booking choice.
Absolutely.
Especially with Mark and Private Party. I think that's a great trio. I think they're very
Yeah.
fun to play off each other. We're looking forward to this. Let's see. Yeah, it must be MVP's first match since the knee surgery ages ago. I'm curious to know if that's true, actually. Let me look it up. I'm going to look it up real quick because I am actually curious how long it's been since MVP has wrestled.
Yeah.
Of course, he did wrestle in Bloodsport. I forgot about that. He did do that not that long ago. But before then, it was in 2022, and it was Bobby Lashley versus MVP and Omos, the Noah guy. You know him?
Oh yeah, the big guy.
yeah, the Noah guy. He's not a fed guy. He's a
Yeah.
Noah guy.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see how he's looking. I know he got some stem cells, and we'll see how that treats him.
We're cooking then.
Yeah, we're cooking with gas. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way too. I'm looking at it, staring at it. Christian Cage will be taking on Hook. Fellas, I would like Hook to not be on my screen very often anymore. I did enjoy him when he first got started. I thought he had a great match with Sam Joe last year, but I haven't ever felt anything close to that since then. And Christian Cage has honestly been very uninspired lately. I enjoy him. I enjoyed him a lot for last year, but I think it's pretty obvious to everybody he's been tapped out since he didn't get the tag run with Edge. So
yeah,
I'm hoping that we can see something here from him, but I'm a lot more doubtful for this than anything else on this card. I'm assuming you're feeling the same way, Rice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was definitely a big Hooker guy. When I almost didn't say guy at the end, and definitely had to quiz correct. But yeah, I'm not as excited as ideally if you would have told me this match was happening 2 years ago, where I would be at. Which I mean, that happens a lot with wrestling, but it just feels like Hook has stagnated, and Christian definitely has, like you say, not getting the Edge run, the FTR match, even probably losing out on the little Luchasaurus angle that he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Definitely has demotivated him. You would hope, I'm going to say this again later on, you would hope that this match he'd be inspired to try to do a little something, especially
try to bring the best out of him a little bit.
Yeah, something that at least gets you to where you can see a little progress in Hook. Mm-hmm. And you do mention Sam Joe. I do think if we want to continue on the return angle here, there is a potential if they do a patriarch beatdown here on Hook that Sam Joe does come back out, probably with Shibata, and they reform was it Hook Goon or Sam Joe Goon? Joe Goon. Yeah.
That would inspire me, but yeah. I do have some sad news for you.
Oh no.
Sam Joe's hurt.
Oh no, how'd he get?
Apparently got hurt in training. This is like a pretty known thing, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I didn't just spill some info, but yeah, he's hurt.
Never mind.
Yeah. But you never know. I don't know how bad it was at all. Like I don't even know what it was. I just know he got fucked up in training. So maybe could see him today. I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I mean, if it was recent, which I imagine it was, they might want to just play it a little slower with him. He is getting up in age. You might not want to rush him out there, especially for a Hook angle.
Apparently I said something I wasn't supposed to. Sorry, guys. If he didn't come out fucking yesterday or last week, he's not going to come out today, guys. He was supposed to come out a month ago. He didn't come out.
Yeah.
We can all fucking look with our eyeballs and see what the hell's going on. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hook for Gleet. Let's go with that. Let's see here. Rankings and win-loss. Rankings talk, you in or out on rankings? Or like the win-loss situation?
Rewatching some of the early Dynamites, it was definitely a core fundamental of the way they produce their programming. When they brought them back most recently, without being able to lean on dark, it just didn't hit the same. So ideally, if you brought them back, you would need to have ideas. It's kind of like what they did with Private Party. You gave them the belt, and then it's then what? If they bring back the rankings, it goes then what? It's like you got to have a plan in place.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I should mention, let's just no aggregate.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Keep this between all of us.
Secret time.
Let's see. We got to give the death of the House of Black 4 big booms. Yeah, 4? Not full 5. You can go full 5. Give me one more. Full 5. There you go. The temp chat going in tonight. I'm hot. I'm looking forward to it. Name show, that kind of thing.
87 degrees.
Yeah. Good call. Chuck, it's not flawed because Brian agreeing to win when he did was selfish and completely threw off the main event scene and the work Joe, Hangman, and Swerve had done to rehabilitate the scene. Also why I think this is the truth, because of the way Brian tried to sell that match. I still think, guys, you can tell me that was the story all you want. I don't give a fuck. That story was bad. And the way he was selling, like, I could win it, I could not. Who cares? Yeah. I think that was the wrong choice to make there. That was terrible. If it was the actual choice.
Yeah, anytime you do, I'm going to put my career on the line, especially if you have such a remarkable career. It's got to mean as much to you as it does to the people you're trying to portray how much it means.
Yeah.
You know, like the fans we were all cooking it up in our head of what the promo or what the program should have been, and it just wasn't that until last week.
Yeah, so, it was. You're right. It was the last week of this feud that he actually turned it on and made me believe. Yeah. I was excited off of that. It should have been that the whole time. And Chuck brings it up later on. He said in every single interview he was ready to step back, that he was ready to go away. If this was his retirement, he was cool with it. It should never be that way. It should never, ever be that way. Especially for the ultimate babyface, like all-time ultimate babyface. Like, never be that way. Let's see here. Pac breeding up Brian Keith and then teaming with each other is hilarious. A little bit of a flaw there. A little bit of a hole we're noticing. A little bit of a plot hole. Little bit. Yeah, I don't know. This took some really hard thinking from Alex, so I do appreciate this kind of analysis because I know nobody else could see this kind of thing, you know?
Right, yeah.
Chuck, I don't care how good the moment was, bro. It was selfish, and Tony Khan should have realized that he was shooting the world title scene in the foot by pushing him into it whilst being so broken down. Chuck, I think you're cooking with gas. I think you're doing business. Done now, but you're correct. And I'm seeing it later. You weren't necessarily done because there's one I just read. But I do respect. We'll get into it next week. I did see an agreement later in the chat. I'm still there. Let's fucking go.
Oh, let's go.
Let's see here. I'm gonna skip over this. I do see the Brian Cage and Kenny Omega segue. We'll wait to get to that. We'll wait. Let's see here. We'll skip that too. I'm looking for it. I'm worried for Revolution because I'm going. Damn. I think it'll be, the pay-per-views are usually pretty damn good. So
yeah. Even if there's like people on the card that you won't necessarily be excited to see, the environment of a pay-per-view is like top tier. So
it's
like
different.
It'll push a lot of it up. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Are they doing Jay versus Mox in Australia? I definitely could have seen this, but then he didn't win the casino. I was really convinced he was winning the casino. Like totally.
Yeah, they gave him the wins over Hangman for a reason, you would think, and or you would hope and pray that there was a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Them pushing the winner of the gauntlet to tonight could lead credence to Jay still being the challenger there. I haven't seen any evidence necessarily that is what's happening. So I guess we'll see tonight, possibly.
Yeah, we'll see. I do kind of think it will be, like, if he's going to go to Australia. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it just depends. It's kind of a wait and see situation. Hook needs to win more than Christian tonight, probably, but I don't think he's going to win. So
yeah, it's hard to put Hook over anybody in my head right now, especially Chrissy Cage. But
especially
I think you're right.
Especially Chrissy. Very happy for Brian Cage for finally getting his dream match. I am too. He's been tweeting about this for so long, guys. Like,
thank God.
Thank God he finally got his shit. It's like a return match to AEW too. I mean, that's beautiful. That's wonderful to see.
Yeah, he's in peak form. At least this is the most I've cared about Brian Cage. So
he's got a nice beard now, dude.
But yeah, the beard and the black trunks, just getting rid of the little ring. He's cooking a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably get pretty heated and relight the fuse tomorrow. Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
Tune in.
But Marcus will be there. I don't know what side he lies on. I think I do know. So it'll probably be a 3-on-1 situation. Tap in for the squash match.
I felt like he was gonna go elite squad.
Yeah, we have some Jada talk. Jada is And also, this is a wonderful thing. It's a safe space for any and everyone in the LGBTQ
Absolutely.
plus community. Yes, very true. The Novi channel is open to everybody. Wrestling should be open to everybody. Everybody should be treated with some respect, with some, acknowledgement of their humanity. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, this is a very safe space. If I see anyone ever post about anything that goes against that, you won't be coming back here. Like that's all I'll say. Dare Rich is heading off to get ready for Dynamite. Have a good one, Dare Rich. Hope you enjoy the show. Samoa Joe 2005 or Okada 2017. I haven't watched enough Okada 17. Have you?
Yeah. No, off of instinct though, it just felt like Samoa Joe was the answer.
It does kind of feel like Samoa Joe's the answer, but I would definitely I don't know. Okada's pretty damn good in 2017. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to do more research on that as well.
It's true. It's true. How do you forget about Joe Kobashi? That is true. That is true. Hoping for some more Joe returns here. Joe is the GOAT of TNA. I'd say maybe AJ.
Yeah, I'd go AJ. Absolutely.
Yeah. GOAT of TNA is a pretty low bar. I mean, we have to say it, but
yeah.
The men's division in NXT absolutely sucks and is weaker than the women's division. That division is fucking terrible. The men's division is bad, bro. The whole they left their new champion Obafemi laying in the ring on his first segment of the show.
Oba's the only one I see get buzz. I mean, you see Trick Williams buzz. Are you still doing your NXT deep dive?
All right, I'll explain for the chat and for you. So yesterday I decided this is a regular ass NXT episode. Let me tap it. Let's see what they have going on week to week. Then they laid Obafemi out. Then Stephanie Vaquera lost to a shitter. And then they kept doing these promos backstage that were all bad. And Kalani Jordan had one of the worst deliveries of a promo line I've ever seen.
Can you repeat it?
It's on Twitter. It's hard for me to repeat it because I don't necessarily remember it. But it's like, I'm telling you, you could find it on my Twitter. I posted about it. That line it was horrible. Like genuinely, I don't know what the hell she was cooking up with that one. And then I just was like, then Ethan Page and Dante Chen had a nothing match. And, Ethan Page is doing the whole I'm breaking guys' arms. I'm breaking their wrists and all that shit. And he broke what's his name's mouth. I'm forgetting his name at the moment, but he did that. He did that. So he goes to break Dante Chen's leg, but it looks awful. It just looks terrible. And
he doesn't seem like the type that should be running I break your bone type thing.
No,
I definitely think he should be in more either an athletic specimen-esque character or just a cowardly heel. I don't think
an ego guy. A cowardly ego guy. Also, Javon Evans, that was the name. But it looked terrible. Yeah, very bouncy. This is true. Yeah. It was terrible. And I was just about an hour in. I was like, guys, this is enough. I'll be back when a card inspires me. I literally said I'm tapping out, but I'll be back. I'll be back. We'll leave that one in the chamber for another time. Let's see here. Yuta doing the 2000s Keiji Muto bald look. Not that far. He looked good with hair. I like his black hair. He just used to trim it.
I could see bald Yuta with a little beard action. I could see that.
I could kind of see it, but it scares the shit out of me. So I don't know if I want it right now. Yuta being a big time loser, very unfortunate after the turn. After they kind of built him up a little bit, he just loses all the time.
They tried to play it up for laughs. Even in the Casino Battle Royale last week, when he came in, immediately gets Blade Runner. Even on our Collision, he was getting geeked out. But it's just, it's not getting the reactions in the arena or online. I mean, maybe you just stick with it. That's kind of been the theme, is just let it play out. Maybe it will turn into something, but so far it is what it is.
As far as it's just not working, unfortunately. This is scary. Please don't threaten me like this. Let's see here. Camille, don't threaten me like that either.
Oh, dear God.
Let's see here. There's a Fightful bomb, apparently. Let me know what that is. Saraya, good God. Yes, Riho, I think, is posted about being healed up. I'm pretty sure she was talking about that on her personal stuff. We're hoping for Big Yuka. Got a hell yeah from Brucey.
Brucey Badass.
Shout out to Brucey Badass. Hoping we get Stat and Hater as number 1 and 2. That would be very inspiring. Hopefully, I'm leaving something in the chamber here. Look, last week I kind of teased the take, and then Chuck DM'd me about it, got it out of me a little bit on the timeline. I'm teasing something
Okay.
about one Jamie Hayter, because I love Jamie Hayter. No, everyone knows this. I love Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, big Jamie guy.
But there's something I've been noticing. I'm giving her time though. She's coming back from a back injury. Giving her time.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. I definitely can see. I pick up a little scent in the air.
Yeah,
What may be getting teased.
Yeah, I can. You know, I feel like everyone can smell that. I mean, Charlie is currently telling me to relax, so she's smelling the air right now for what I'm doing. But
to be fair,
I'm relaxing. Back injury.
Yeah, let's see her with solid competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a solid opponent, a solid
exactly.
And then the smell may get stronger, or it may just be gone altogether.
That's really what I'm waiting on. You're on exactly the right point I was making. And Chuck says it. He's not wrestled anyone actually proper good yet. Of course, she said proper because we're talking about Jamie Hayter. If the British comes out, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it time until she wrestles someone good. Don't worry. She's safe. I also do. I think this is very funny. Alex Windsor coming out. I'd be very happy about it too. I really like Alex. So
yeah, from what I've seen, she's pretty phenomenal. So I'm down. And the more pops you can get in there, the better off the match is going to be.
Yeah. Ricochet finally is harnessing his dork energy into something good character-wise. Yeah. Luckily enough. Hiccup. Sorry. Let's see here. Dynamite has the Grand Slam ramp tonight. Really?
Is that to the ring?
That's to the ring. Interesting.
That's gonna. Okay.
You having some thoughts?
Yeah, I picture some Kenny stuff happening, whether it's going Terminator dive from the ring to a cage on the ring, or the opposite where he's running down the ramp. But just keep an eye on.
Just keeping it. We're imagining Terminator dives here at the moment. You guys understand.
Absolutely.
Pairs up to Luchasaurus. Yeah, very scary stuff that he dealt with not that long ago. Yes, very. Hopefully he's doing well these days.
Right.
That Osprey or Omega Osprey and Takeshita Fletcher match at Grand Slam coming soon. You've cooked up something great for me.
All-star tags on pay-per-views, and that's like the biggest all-star tag you can do. So.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm. Whew, that match would get me very excited. Mark made Bobby look really good in their match. I think so as well. Going down here, Bloodsport over here, talking MVP in the chat. I'm noticing. Fucking big men of the territory. Just Ryan. This is true. We are here doing business. Almost for GHC belt. Now we're cooking. Why not, man? Why not? Let's do something cool. Fuck it. The story between Christian and Hook has been going since September 2024. Unfortunately, yes. I'd like for the Turtleneck Man to turn babyface. I would like to see this as well because it should be change. I want to see some change.
I think they're gonna do the All-In match from last year this year at All-In Texas, and I think the orientation is definitely going to be ENC on the babyface side, and I think it clearly shows you what FTR will be doing shortly to Big Coat.
You think FTR was the match last year? You think so?
Was it not?
Because Chuck's always had the take that it was the Bucks that they were going to wrestle. And I was kind of in agreement with that the whole way through.
Okay, maybe I'm doing an all friends thing here where I just assume that it would be an FTR.
You're just picking your favorites, man.
Yeah, but no, when it comes Bucks or FTR, give me either, and I think you're set. You're set.
Either would be fun. I agree with that. Do you think Hook should get on ROH and repackage himself, or go out on the independent scene? I think he should go to NXT.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how you can appropriately transition him to a role that would be acceptable on Dynamite now. So it just seems like it's there's always time.
The territory.
Yeah. There's always that time when the other territory picks up the phone and you just got to answer.
Yeah, I agree. Talking about the youth guys, don't aggregate. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Because this wasn't spilled by me. I wasn't told this privately. It wasn't just me. It was told to a broader range of people in a certain server. But just a teaser what you might get. No aggregate. Christian Cage have some real matches again. That would be nice. I don't think he cares to have them, but I would like to have. I would like to see it. I'd like to see him just tag with Edge. That's really what I'm into nowadays. Big Boom AJ versus Jericho match still gonna happen at All In. Don't threaten me like that, man. We could do
I mean,
something much more fun with AJ, right?
You knew
Hey,
it was gonna happen though. Like as soon as like that first match went well, you smelt the wood in the air of the
oh
learning
yeah.
tree just lurking.
You smell Jericho appearing around the fucking
Yeah.
corner, looking at him saying, I'm gonna get you, brother. We're gonna work.
Yeah, unfortunately. And AJ, I would imagine, would be excited just because it's old WWE guy I know, and he would not
Yeah.
care to negotiate further.
Yeah. And Jan, I'm usually on board with you, but let's not do this. I have to take a step here and tell you guys we're not doing any goat chain snatching. American Dragon is definitely like 1A, 1B for me. I'm debating heavily with Kenny Omega at the moment. Whether it's
Yes.
those one of those two are my personal goat. I'm not snatching any chains when it comes to that conversation. That's a whole different one entirely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, he cooks some bad food. Doesn't mean he's not a great chef. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Let's see here. Darby should have won if that was the plan. Never delay title wins. I don't think Darby should get that title win. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know how you feel. I'm opening this up to you now.
Are you saying in retrospect, even at the time when the idea was floated, you were against it?
I wasn't like necessarily against it then. Let's talk about now. If the plan is for him to win it all in, would you rather him get that win after he climbs a mountain, or would you rather be Ospreay or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is definitely like it's Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay at the time. Ospreay because it's another thing where it's like delayed. He was the guy last year. Every card he was on, he was the match that like felt different. The way that Kenny's matches always felt different on pay-per-view. So you would think that we wouldn't have to sit here because I think we have Revolution. Is it Double or Nothing? Is there one in between there? And then
no,
it's
I think it's just two. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah,
would there be Dynasty in there? Dynasty would be there on it would be in between Double or Nothing and All In, but their pay-per-view in Japan is named Dynasty. It's like Dynasty. I don't know if they want to do that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the boat. I'm with Chuck here. Chuck said it later. If you aren't committed and willing to die to be a world champion, if you aren't willing to stick around and postpone, like I know he's been excited to climb that mountain his whole life. I respect it. I hope he does it one day. But if you're on the road to winning the AEW World Championship, you don't climb that fucking mountain. You stay on the ground and you get that fucking gold. We don't do things that put your life at risk. Like, guys, I get a lot of people talk about it, and it's been said a couple times, but he genuinely might not come back. Like that's a serious risk. That's no like small task. He could go up there and not come back. That is a serious thing. Like I would much rather him. Of course I would. Him climb that mountain, plant the flag he wants to plant, and come back down. But there's always a chance, man. I wouldn't want to risk that if a guy like I have to postpone the title win. I have to have him not on TV for 6 months until he's done. That's crazy. That's insane.
It's an unnecessary like obstacle that he's personally put into place. The obstacle being like just the time away, not his venture that he wants to accomplish. Like obviously go for your dreams, do what you want to do, but like you say, like, you got to be dedicated to it. Like the time to be the world champion is now, or it was. And you're making the choice to delay that, which does not necessarily always play out in favor of said wrestler, because by the time you get around to it, it's going to be cooled off even more so. The idea is now sat in fans' head for going to be at least 7-8 months now. And we are fickle as fans, so like eventually you're going to turn on that idea quick, and as soon as Darby gets the belt, they're going to have the fun Sting moment in the baseball stadium, and then it's going to be okay, who's going to beat Darby? That's the next question immediately. So I'm not sure that that's going to be the right call.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. Like, fans are fickle. We turn on things quickly. They've turned on Darby. It's no one's fault but his, and like the booking. So it is what it is at this point. We're gonna speed run a little bit because we're a little behind, and I don't want to get because we still got 2 good matches we got to talk about, some big ones.
Absolutely.
Chuck, 1.5K words for a feature. Beast, definitely check out Chuck's features on Wrestle Purist.
Absolutely.
Let me scroll down here. I thought we might have gotten Omega and Cage and PWG. Never happened. Hangman had crazy momentum after All Out. He beat Bryan in his hometown. It would have been so good. Correct. I hope Bandito is doing well. I also hope so. I was hoping he'd be back next week. It's just like I was trying to delude myself a little bit. I was hoping I'd see him again. Thoughts on the new theme song for Dynamite? Thoughts?
Was I mistaken, or did it not play last week?
I don't think it played last week.
Because I was excited for it. I had my tweet locked in. Already had so excited.
Drafts.
It just didn't happen. So I was like, well, okay, maybe it was a one-time thing for the Max premiere, but I thought Tony said it was. And I said it was the new song. So I guess if it doesn't play this week, it would have been one time. If it does, but I liked it. Like I said it on Twitter. It's gonna be weird. Like if that was the song for after Bryan got plastic bagged in the center of the ring, and the next show you watch is I'm so excited. There's like a weird tonal dissonance there, but I mean it's an interesting vibe and it's definitely different. Which that's all I wanted AEW to do is be different.
Try some new things. Exactly. I didn't hate it. I agree with you. 2017 Okada and Snot Close. Let's take Chuck's word for it. I would agree.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't have enough background.
Yeah. When they cut the promo with Yuta sat in the chair in the middle, I thought they were going to shave him bald. Could have always been the case. Terrified for a moment. Very, we'll see. Let's see here. Let me let you in on something. This was one of Kalani's best promos. That is rather unfortunate. That is just rather unfortunate. If that's one of her best, oh God. Megan Bain being discussed in AEW again, allegedly backstage from Fightful. Oh boy. Yeah, man, this is a year ago. If she signed, that's great. What are we to do here?
This is that whole situation was always weird. They could do what everybody originally wanted the plan to be with the CEO and give her a heater who is actually decent in the ring.
Yeah, who can go? That would be nice.
But like you say, I mean, it has been a year since we expected this. So like, how are people going to feel about it? I'm pretty excited still, but I guess we'll see.
I second there. I also second this. Hater, Queen Aminata, let them go 12 to 15. Easy correct.
Do 20?
We can do 20. I got a problem with that. Fuck it. Best match since coming back was the Willow match for Hater. Probably. Yeah, no doubt. Kenny Tiger suplexes Brian Cage off the ramp. This is another route we could take. You just inspired Rice. We could do all of the above. What was his reference to, you think? Because I don't remember. Sure. It's all good. We'll find out later. Thank you, Chuck. Hook should not be signed anywhere and should be back in training school. I'm so serious. Unfortunately, I think you're correct.
Yeah, that's
let's see here. Japan is the only place where you're working enough as a young wrestler to really learn and grow. I think CMLL could also be the case.
I think Walk Stu kind of even alluded to that. He asked a little question on Twitter being like, if you were a Japanese wrestler going on an excursion, where would you go? And he was favorable towards the CMLL conference. So I said
CMLL. Let's see here. Oh, Chuck was talking about FTR and Bucks facing Edge and Christian. Agreed then.
Yeah, we could do both. Absolutely.
Jericho main eventing 3 collisions in a row is nasty business. Just disgusting. Temporarily snatching is valid. It will return to him rightfully, though. I don't know. I don't even want to do that. It feels mean.
It's too aggressive. Way too aggressive for the man.
Yeah. Chuck, don't get me started on this mountain. Then sends a follow-up chat that I agreed with. Of course. Beast. Let's see here. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. You can't book Darby as a savior and let him climb the mountain. You're the boss. Veto or don't book it. I mean,
Tony doesn't use the veto stamp at all. I think he left it in one of the arenas a while ago, the way Jericho left the belt at Longhorns so long ago. I think the veto thing is gone.
It's at a Chili's somewhere.
Yeah.
When did the Dynasty era end? I have a video on the channel. You could reference that. That's when it was. Literally broke his ankle weeks before he was meant to. Divine intervention. You do have to look at the signs around you and kind of go off of that. And then what AO said about Darby factual. AO says a lot of factual things about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would agree. Let's see. Your talent has way too much power. Modest, I'm seeing some things. I'm agreeing with some of these points. You're very Modest is he's one of those people who had the boiling point situation, I think.
Yeah.
I'm
interested to see when it spills over how nasty it gets.
Yeah. So when I top 5 matches from 2005, I don't have enough background to tell you that. Unfortunately, I know it was a good year though. So
yeah, it's a good Ring of Honor year. So there's got to be a lot of Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I couldn't even imagine. Darby Mox would presumably be the follow-up to Omega and Okada at All In. Most likely, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be a heavy heat match. You'd imagine Mox takes 90% of that, and Okada Omega would be probably a little more traditional back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that the crowd would be invested for that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Always good to see the name I won't try to pronounce because in fear. I'm seeing Bane wrestle in 2 weeks. I don't know who yet, but she's knowing GCW. It'll be Janela. Yeah. What are they called? Like they have like a tag name or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, we do. This is true. We do need to save her from that vortex, though. That is true.
Yeah, get her out of there.
Let's see here. Yeah, TK don't know how to do that. He left that at the Chili's as well. Yeah, and this is true. Big time matches still hit, but creative is it's unfortunate. And yeah, the talent do have too much power. Mox is a great example, unfortunately. But we do have a couple matches left to get to. Of course, the AEW World Championship. Shit, wrong. Sorry, got this wrong one. Of course, that was his like current. Well, Dean Ambrose versus Powerhouse Hobbs is basically the same thing. You know what I mean? This is an interesting matchup for the AEW World Championship. I'm excited for it. I know they had a match last year that just didn't really live up. I know there was Powerhouse got hurt midway through, it seemed, and it just didn't really click. So I'm hoping there's a better match in them right now. I'm curious to see what you think about it, though.
Yeah, taking that into account, I mean, the last match was not on track necessarily to be good before the unfortunate injury, like you say. If anybody, like the Mox problem, like the orange match, I remember being really, really well put together. But since then, I don't recall him putting much effort into his matches. And if there's anybody that's gonna get some effort out of him, I'd imagine it'd be Hobbs. I don't think it was just kayfabe that Mox got Hobbs really brought into AEW. So you would think he'd want to do him a solid here, and put him over in defeat, like he wanted to do previously. So
hopefully
ideally
that didn't change.
This would be. Yeah, you would hope not, because a lot of things seem to have changed with Mox. So let's hope, like you say.
Yeah, I'm hoping this works out well. What you said, I mean, Mox has had some good matches, even though he's gotten cooked by this whole Death Riders angle, rightfully so. And Powerhouse, he's looked real good since he's come back. I've been really excited. They finally figured out that he doesn't want to grab a hold, that he should just be like the Beast, just be this sick, built-ass guy doing cool-ass moves. Like, that's always what he should be. So I hope they tap into that here. I'm presuming this would be the main event, but it's not going to be our main event.
Absolutely not.
Our main event, it comes with cleaner. It comes with God's chosen. It comes with forged by fire. Kenny, by God, Omega versus the Machine, Brian Cage. We've talked about it. This is Brian Cage's dream match. This is the one he's always wanted. Kenny Omega is making his return to AEW Ring, of course, after having the Wrestle Dynasty match with Gabe Kidd, which will probably end up being the match of the year.
Absolutely.
Kenny looks to be in peak form. Brian Cage looks to be in peak form. This is a match that I'm really, really looking forward to. It's our main event. Rice, it's yours too.
Brother, I can't even begin to bring the words up out of me here. The Gabe Kidd match was godly, and everyone had the fear, myself included, because Kenny is my favorite wrestler of all time, that there would be a very small or minuscule, because diverticulitis is very serious. You don't know how he would be affected.
It's 2 feet of his intestines.
Exactly, and he was just coming back previously from the back, the shoulder, the neck issue. So it's like, what was it gonna exactly? So he was tore up. You didn't know what it was gonna look like, and when it looked so incredible, I mean, that's probably also contributed to the AEW fans mad situation where he's so godly. No one really anticipated it to be this much. So like, Brian Cage is going to be a perfect opponent for getting him back in TV shape because he's not going to go out there and have, do the dance. That's not what you're going to see tonight. It's going to be a firework display, and it's going to be a lot of rib selling, a lot of that from from Cage doing big meaty man stuff. So like this has the potential to be best TV match of the year. Kenny's already wrapped it up, like you say, the match of the year probably, like he did in 2023 with Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately off the rip took it. So I mean, like you say, this is the main event.
Yeah, this is the one. I mean, you alluded to it. Kenny, he was looking so great at Wrestle Dynasty. He looks back to when I tell you, watching Kenny Omega and like going back and watch it. Like I recently watched him and Okada 1 for the first time ever. That was the first time I'd ever seen it. Not that long. It was like this week.
Wow.
And I was taken aback by how good he was. And even then, that version of Kenny is closer to the current version we're working with than anything he was doing in AEW. Maybe like 2019, 2020, I could maybe see as well. But he seems back to the best version of himself. He could have TV match of the year locked up too, man. He's that good. He's that fucking good. This is one I'm really looking forward to. Of course, I think Kenny's getting the win. That's without a doubt.
100%.
Yeah, we should also say too. You think Hobbs has a chance of taking that gold?
No, but in an ideal world, yes. I think I think the 12-man at the end of the year. Unfortunately, they're not going to put Hobbs in a main event spot at Revolution. I mean, he is a California native, yeah?
He is, yeah.
Okay, well, 99% chance Mox wins. Give him the 1% puncher's chance here, but
it's like it's 99% Mox win. Like 99% we can live in reality. 1% faith. And that's all we need.
There you go.
All we need. We're gonna run down the rest of these chats. Make sure, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on the stream. Make sure to send in any chats you want us to talk about before we come to a close. We're winding down very shortly. We're gonna do a speed round. You guys haven't seen. It's been a certain little bit since we've had a speed round, but you guys have showed out. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. Once again, send in any super chats if you're feeling generous to close the show. And let's fucking get to it. Chuck, John Moxley, I'll never hate you, but goddamn, you have made me angry. This is the same page I'm on. I love John Moxley, but damn, brother, come on. Let's do better than this. Mox has had 3 good matches in the last calendar year, and it hurts my heart. The OC Shingo won at Battle in the Valley, and there's a third in there somewhere.
Was the Jun Kasai match last year?
No. I don't think so. Chuck, tell us what that third match was. Also, you're not being dramatic. I agree. Happy to see Hobbs get a world title shot. Need a big push from this year. I was saying the same. I'm happy to see it. He was one of the guys I was looking forward to get a push this year, and he's gotten it so far. So, the first Naito match. You like the first? You like the Windy City Riot match? You like that, Chuck? You sure? You sure? I don't know. Like I don't know though. I don't know. Have Hobbs ROH world champ. Let's not stupid. I mean, it's cool, but
the ROH, like the idea of putting the ROH title on somebody is like still exciting in my head. But when you see it, it's just like it's a nothing brand. They're not going to be on TV.
Yeah.
It's just
agreed. Trader. Swerve is a mid-carder. They gave him the belt. Now he's a star. Not mid-carder, but he was definitely like upper guy. But that ascended him to the next level. I could see the same happening for Hobbs. He's got the look, and I think he's got the skill. Meathead Cage might do something really stupid. It's his dream match. I don't have a single doubt he's doing something stupid, man.
Oh yeah.
It do come with Snapdragon. It do come with V-Trigger. It do come. I don't want to say it wrong. You want to try?
No, I'm all right.
It's all good. It comes with that too. No worries. True. It comes with Quartz Wraith. That's true. Terry Funk punches. That is okay. Comes with a lot of things. Oh yeah. Comes with a deep bag. Charlie. Yes, but I refuse to rewatch when I'm already sour on him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's honestly fair.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. Do not rewatch that match if you already think it's good. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like anything crazy. Like was it good? It was mid. It wasn't necessarily Mox's fault though.
Right.
Naito was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Novi, why were AEW fans so mad this weekend? Like I've alluded to throughout the show, boiling point. You know, it's just it hit that 12-man got announced for Collision, and everyone just kind of blew up. It hits a time. Josh Barnett match was fire, and he learned a great style that Novi loves. Loves is not the correct way to say it. I can enjoy it from time to time, and I did actually think that match was pretty good. I did like that match. It was a lot of blood, bro. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
It was a lot of blood.
Blood is a cheat code. Adds like 2 stars immediately.
Yeah, it raises the floor. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Chuck, Naito is washed. God bless. He sure is. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Mox needs to start running the blade again. Yeah.
2 stars immediately.
2-star immediately. So it sets us off the ground great. Novi of Gleet, fuck no. Shout out Nakajima though. Hope he's doing well. He's not, but hope so. Mercedes needs to drop her belt to Athena. I wouldn't be so. I'm enjoying the belt collector run, but if there's anyone I would like her to drop it to, it's probably Athena or Willow. One of those two.
Yeah, I think the Athena match, it in my headcanon has always been it's going to be all in ROH title. That's why she retained over Billy. I just wouldn't see Athena winning that match. I don't think you book that match if Athena's not winning.
Yeah, if Athena's winning, I'm down for it. If she's not,
yeah,
I'm good.
Right.
Let Kenny take the international belt. You're not seeing any complaints from me. I mean, I would like him to hold the big gold, but you know, if we're still going to be stuck on this other stuff, I've no complaints there. Moxley in the 2022 and 23 Hangman feud was peak correct. That Texas Death match was incredible.
Yeah, the chemistry is off the charts.
Yeah. Mercedes FC, we're not dropping that belt. So Jade's record is gone. We are clearing the history of the TBS title. But folks, it has been a wonderful show. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to leave a comment on your way out. But first, don't leave just yet. There's a couple links in the description. Riceman, tell them about said links, brother.
Yeah, Novi's been so kind to link, I believe, my Twitter and YouTube in the description. YouTube, you're not going to see anything on there yet, but if you'd like to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Pre-order some Riceman video. You can do that. Obviously, you don't have to do that. You can wait to see. If you made it this far, that means I haven't been terrible. So you might like what you see. Or you could just follow me on Twitter, get updates there. Novi, thank you so much for having me on. It's been an incredible opportunity, and hope I lived up to the greats that have came before me.
Brother, it has been a wonderful time.
Afters for Chuck and Marcus. Caden,
you're getting at it up there, bro. You have to be. You have to be. It's been a wonderful show. You've been wonderful. Please go follow Riceman on Twitter. Go sub to his YouTube. I have no doubt the videos are going to be some hot bangers coming out. So definitely check that out. I appreciate you guys all hanging out. This was wonderful. I do see a lot of the people that were here previous to the break have returned. They've come back in full force. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for some wonderful conversation and chat. Make sure to tune into LNG tomorrow for Relight the Fuse. We're doing some AEW Darks. It'll be me, Caden, Chuck, and Marcus. And then next week on the pre-show, we'll be back. It was only going to be Caden for a minute there, but we have to do some guest appearances. We've had a guest appearance in chat from Chuck, but now we got to bring her on the broadcast. It should be a great show. Make sure to tune in, everybody. Riceman hooped. Correct. I'm leaving this on the screen. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you, Rice. Thank you, everybody else. I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy Dynamite as usual, and peace out.